Good afternoon. It is Wednesday, November 11th. Skipped yesterday. Basically was just really lazy after work. I don't really know what's going on today. I think there's the Dwarven Forge live stream. Probably enjoy that. But one thing, for Halloween, my mom got me like a container of candy. And amongst that were these. Chocolate chip cookie dough bites, which I've never had. And someone actually commented about it. Hi. Shocked that I would have never had these, but I don't know. I like cookie dough. They're made with an egg-free recipe. I guess is good. It makes it sound like they're actual cookie dough. But they're like, I guess, cookie dough wrapped in chocolate. Yeah. Awkwardly soft for what feels like it's going to be a candy bar. But good, yeah, tastes like cookie dough. Now you may be thinking, what do you mean you never had those? That box was open. It's true, that box was open. But I didn't have them. I opened that box last night though. Because it says on the box, it says right there, try 'em frozen. So I was like, you know what? Unless anything exciting happens today, which it hasn't so far, subject of the vlog is going to be trying cookie dough bites. And if I'm going to try cookie dough bites, I might as well try them frozen. So I took some out and I froze them. Okay. That gets rid of the awkwardly soft part, I guess. Garbage decision, though. Why would you want to try them frozen? They are not as good frozen. Well, it's like it says, try them frozen. I'm like, oh, that's got to be the way to do it. Now, I don't eat a lot of frozen candy bars. It's been years. The only real experience that I have with it were when I was a kid, and I'd go out to my grandpa's. My grandpa had like a mansion, which is particularly notable because he had like a mansion in a trailer park. Because he owned a street, and at the end of the street, he owned an auction. He did pretty well for himself. He basically refurbished antiques and sold them at auction, which was cool. And he had, like few family members had trailers on the street, and then others were just trailers that he'd basically rented out to people. And then he built for himself, like, a mansion with, like, columns and, like, a circle drive. I think it was a bit of an ego trip, but my grandfather was a bit of a character. Anyways, in the auction, they had a little concession area, basically. You can go buy, something to drink, some snacks. My great-grandmother would often be the one that was running that. But they were in, southeast Missouri. Sikeston, basically, right around there, I think. And the auctions were in the summer, and it's hot. So if you had, say, candy, chocolate, just sitting around, someone would buy it, they'd open it, and it would just be a puddle. So they kept all of the candy in the refrigerator. Now, as a kid, I had no idea that was the reason that it was kept in the refrigerator. But I figured it out over time. But that was my recollection, was for some reason, they kept the candy in the refrigerator. It's weird, but... So I would eat frozen Reese's, because as I was a kid, if I went up to my great-grandmother and said, hey, can I have some Reese's? She gave me Reese's, so... She was always keen to... There was always food at her house. People were invited, she would... But so when it came up to, frozen candy, that reminded me a little bit of family, but... As an adult, I don't freeze my Reese's, because they're better not frozen. So are those. Anyways, I'm gonna figure out something to eat. It's either gonna be frozen pizza or I'm gonna make the dip. Decisions. And I decided to make buffalo chicken dip. It's definitely a fair bit more work. But I want it to be made for Friday. You know, Friday's my birthday. I have the day off. I might be home. Well, yeah, I'll just be. I don't know. I might go out with family, and my mom says she's free if I want to go to like breakfast or lunch or whatever. And I know I'll be doing dinner with family. But I might end up with a meal here, and I don't want to have to think about what am I going to cook, and I want to make sure I have something I really enjoy, and this is something I really enjoy. It's the kind of thing that, to one extent it might be like one of those special meals, except that I have it all the time because I figured out how easy it is to make, so I just make it all the time. So that way it's made, because I don't know if I'll have time to make it tomorrow or not. So currently I have no plans, but tomorrow is my dad's birthday. So I've said, hey, I'm available, so if he wants to do dinner or something, then I'll be there. But yeah, so I'm gonna have buffalo chicken dip with some chips, and the On the Anvil stream is just getting going, so I'll sit and enjoy that for a while.
So the initiative dynamic, and I have this cool and elaborate.
And that was, as usual, fun. Part of the discussion, we're talking about, they're beginning to formulate what the next Kickstarter is going to entail, and it's cities. And I got an idea heard, at the very least, from Nate's reaction. It sounds like there's a new idea, and one that he thinks, that's an interesting concept, so I'm happy. But basically, one of the things that has given me pause with getting into the cities is the way that interiors of houses are built. You end up with weird triangle shapes if you make more than a 20-foot by 20-foot room. If you make any bigger house, then you end up with weird triangle shapes where you're connecting multiple room pieces together. I was just like, why don't you just do like tabs, like passage walls, and just put them under there for the peg to go in so it can just hold it in place. A simple solution. It doesn't take a whole lot of pieces, so it's not going to use a whole lot of their bandwidth for what they can create. It's backwards compatible to anything before, and also means that it can work for any of the newer stuff they do. I'm hopeful they do that or something. They may come up with something better, but I just really want them to come up with a solution so you don't end up with to decorate those weird looking corner or wall posts. Anyways, so that was cool. That was exciting to be heard. It's starting to get late. Oh, I'm definitely tired. But again, I work tomorrow, but I have off on Friday, so tomorrow is my Friday for this week. Last day of the week. I can make it through. Thank you for joining me, and join me as my journey continues. Bye.